Welcome back. Episode 2. I'm Mike Evans,
James Evans.
and this is episode 2 of Art Spark TV's OG and Nephew. If you haven't, check out our video. I'll put a link up top. Check out our video from week 2. It was a crazy week. As I was editing, it took me a couple days.
Okay.
So I was getting nervous that our commentary would be non and void by Sunday.
Gotcha.
Like what we said wouldn't make sense for somebody to watch it. But go check that video out. I'll put a link up. Our words hold true. We're gonna watch the game tonight and see what happens with the Ravens. But had a few teams that needed to pick it up. We didn't say they were the worst teams in the league. We're not gonna do that at all because this league is shifty. People
early in the season,
that,
dark horse.
Yeah, that we want to see do better, and they got the ability to do better. So, like we had the Cowboys, I put the caveat with the Panthers, and just a little side because of the management, right?
Right.
So
you talked about it,
yeah, and them shipping out Micah was going to be a problem, and you said that they have no
defensive identity.
Yeah, so that holds up because you saw that defense getting lit.
So a lot of times teams are built on team, everybody doing their job, and then you get a generational. But at the same time, there still has to be a construct, a foundation, and a certain belief in what we're going to stand by. And in this game, it's very simple. Stop the run, know it's going to be passed. I think as the season progresses, you'll start weeding out more and more whose styles really fit. It almost becomes like a boxing match.
But yeah, like we were saying, everything you were saying about the defense and what we pointed out about the team, it's not about their talent. They had a couple good passes throughout the game, but at the end of that segment, I said they're gonna win a few games. They're gonna lose a lot of games, but they're gonna win some nice games on TV. But that's all Jerry about now, like getting that primetime spot.
Filling that stadium.
And
he got to pay that stadium.
He risking these dudes' careers and bodies. He has to know they don't want to risk their prime putting on the show.
Also,
they want careers.
I think we had to go back in history. When he gave that money, he was basically telling that you're going to lead us to a Super Bowl. If I'm giving you that type of money, you're my guy. And we saw that took certain stances with the owner during that climate. If you look back in history, he had to. He just got this big, whether he believed it or not. And if he do, salute him. We all individuals. But now that we're looking at it, they've been trying to give it, saying it's been a bad contract. No, it's been a bad team building. Pride. You'd be amazed how pride will suffocate you.
Yeah.
And you can't even see it. The day he let Jimmy Johnson walk out that door, it's been all bad.
Right.
And I'm not talking down on the Cowboy fans. We had the same passion. We had the same belief in our area, our team, things that we know about our team through history. But
and like we said, you asked, could our team change it around? And I said, like that, I said yes, because, the fans just going to get them a couple of wins. It's up to the players. The fans alone can get us a couple wins, but the players got to really just like take pride in themselves to say they talking trash about us on TV, and yeah, I'm a good kicker. Yeah, I'm a hell of a quarterback or a hell of a running back. Like I'm one of the top. So how do you not look at yourself that way?
No, this is episode 2. Let's make it clear: we're not professionals as far as knowledge that we speak about. It's all speculation. Yeah. Please understand. These are just our thoughts and ideas from conversation.
And leave y'all in the comment.
Please give us your point of view. But I wanted to make that disclaimer. But once again, like I said, we're not in that locker room. We're not in those offices. And to let conversation whenever you want to talk about us. There's no real thought process in what they're seeing in these draft picks over the years. What concept that this organization has been trying to build, because we don't even know. Nothing has been consistent.
Yeah, they did win the last game against one of the teams that was on our good list, the Packers. The defense just,
I'm about to
stuck
tell
their
you what
thumb into
happened.
the game.
I'm about to tell you what happened. Problem with this league is offenses that are built on the running game do not continue to run the ball. Now, what I mean by that, every team has a star running back that they use. So we look at Jacobs for Green Bay. He only had maybe, I think, 13 carries. Now you're talking about your bell card supposed to be 20, 25.
And you just mentioned him.
So if you stop giving him the ball, but give credit to why they did that. Huge shout out to the Cleveland Browns defense, especially the front seven. Now, as a whole, because you have to understand, for the front seven to do what they do to get there, that means the back end is doing their job.
Right.
This is what, and this is what we talk.
Put their thumb on the game.
And listen, this is moving as a unit. You have the offense and defense having that balance, right? Complementary football, and that's something that we saw. Exception of the offense.
And when we say criticism with any job, that's what smooths out those rough edges. And our kicker, he came through at the end, so he's gonna take that personal. He probably has taken things personal about him kicking and missing. So let's see if he can keep it moving, because they said he hasn't missed.
Salute to your courage, young man. You stepped into the place that you failed at.
And he got back.
And you came back, and now look at your story. So keep working, keep your head down. If y'all ball, it's a different energy. Everybody talk about what Baker did when he got here and seemed like everything changed. No, it wasn't nothing about Baker. We just wanted to win. And when they're winning, that energy is different. We will lift the team up.
Stay woke, you can dream too. Hey, that smile beautiful, gon' let it beam through. Never let some clothes suppose like you supreme too. One day yours gon' feel the word is what you mean to him. I'm so proud of you, just doing what a mother can. Before that little girl and boy become woman man. Hoping you understand, together like sun and sand. We stretch like a rubber band and step like your mother's man. Father, look over the youth, it's honestly overdue. Not enough grandparents vital for you to know the truth. No need to ask for the right, homie, they know it's you. From where they lay up and shoot us don't mean they wanna hoop. Ballin' is option, we all that we got. We could all be forgotten or not. We could all become pilots, we could all be in Congress. You sleep, be alone, become conscious. Be long with it silent, slightly gifted at uplifting. Just hope you acknowledge it. Could use some more doctors and colossal phlebotomists, Tupacs and some Wallaces. Love, how could you opposite? It could be you or me, reach for the moon at least. Say no to truancy, it's love in this hit community. That's word life, you can dream too. Hey, that smile beautiful, gon' let it beam through. Never let some clothes suppose like you supreme too. One day yours gon' feel the word is what you mean to him. If you got a big smile, I wanna see.
Speaking of football, I wanted to highlight two young men, CJ Davis and Logan Davis. Their dad, Cliff, I went to school with their father, but their mother, I went to school with their mother. Like double tied in, following their football journey. And little CJ, I mean, you gonna hear his name. Just wanted to give a highlight to you guys, man. Y'all keep going, keep listening to your dad, your mom.
It's funny you say that. Shout out to Maple starting up their community league back up. They used to be the Maple Lions back in the day. They were a powerhouse back in the day for almost 20 plus years. Now they're started back up by former players in the Maple Heights school system that played varsity, that went on to play on the next level as far as higher education. Shout out to them starting back up. It's going to be a slow process, but they had the right foundation as far as the people leading it. Former players from the community and still in the community, and that's always a plus. Talent is in the city. It's just gathering up all the talent that's there, because this generation has really stopped. Like I was saying, the kids have stopped playing the game.
Parents and young men,
and it's the kids, and it's the kids themselves.
Young women that's trying to come back home and do. They just want to get the city back how they remember and what they remember doing.
There is a fear to have in any sport, but if with proper education, proper coaching, meaning techniques being taught, techniques everything to your safety.
Our top four this week, we're gonna get right into it. We got based off play and just undeniable what we see. Chargers, they still doing their thing, still putting a whoop into people. They look real good, and like I said, they're not the best team in the league. I got the Bills right there and the Eagles. You know, those two teams is like whatever. Then you got your tiers, but the Chargers for me, they're right up there, second tier. And then I got the Eagles right under them. I expect them to be great. They're that good. Certain teams are just, you expect great things from them, but I had to go ahead and put them on the list.
How about the unexpected this season so far?
Mm-hmm.
It's early.
Yeah.
Talk about them Colts. When they got Daniel Jones starting at quarterback, who everybody has said was basically what the team had banked on over Saquon Barkley.
Right.
And in this league, you need a quarterback, and they banked on him. But now sometimes you realize if the organization isn't a fit, it's not a fit. It's where you fit at. Sometimes it's really just that big. Where do you fit at? Who sees you for your talent and what you can do? It seems like they're doing complementary football.
Right.
Most winning teams play. It's all about complementary football. So if they're doing those aspects that produces wins, then the record speaks.
And then I also have the Chiefs on there. They bounced back from looking like they wanted to just toss the towel in for the season. But they did bounce back, and I put them on the list only because this team's with better records. But Pat looked good. Like, he looked comfortable out there. And so they really have an opportunity to right the ship, get the train back on the track. Did notice, though, Andy Reid.
On what you were about to, same thing you about to talk about. But in that bounce back game, there was a little friction between Chris Jones and one of his teammates. So you would think in a win, everything will keep behind closed doors because that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Winning team, losing, that stuff happens, but you keep it behind closed. Things are becoming more visible with this team.
Exactly.
Maintaining the level of excellence that they have produced in these last, 5 years, 6 years of competing at the highest level. You're starting to see things, because you have legacies on the line.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So when leaders start barking, and you might not understand why they barking, well, it's about legacy. Now, they want to win. I mean, no matter if you want to call them selfish or whatever, it's still all about winning. We expect to play at a certain level, and we're not doing that. We're not on the same wavelength. And this goes back to the work that nobody sees behind closed doors.
Right. Friction there between the coach and Kelsey, and everybody about to blow that up, but that's just competition. And the coach even said it in his halftime interview.
Yeah, they needed that joke. I mean, they were 0-2 before this win. So
okay, but yeah, like I said, man, he looked good out there. The team is professional, and they got a history together. They just like you said,
it's chemistry. It's all about chemistry. And everybody on one page. And I know that sounds cliche, but that's what it is.
They got so much to lose. They playing for something right now.
Legacy.
Man. Yeah.
Above everything else, legacy.
They look like they headed back. And our fourth team, we spoke about them in the last episode, and the Bears with Caleb Williams, and he had a hell of a game. So shout out to the young man for, kudos to you, Caleb, for, putting your head down and getting back out there and just playing good football.
Sometimes it's just as simple as sitting down with your player, like, what do you like, what don't you like? And it's up to the coach.
Make this better for you.
But that's why you invest in these players, because you think you can put the proper pieces and things around that player to succeed. And if you don't make that happen, you fail. I don't care what happened and what dysfunction it is. If it didn't succeed, you failed. It's that simple. So the object for every organization is to be functional. No chaos, this is the game plan. These are the type of players we're looking for. This is what we're going to afford you to be the best version of yourself. It starts from top to bottom, all way top to bottom. It's
and
not
hopefully,
one.
Hopefully the Cowboys season has that rocky up and down roller coaster season like we said they will. They're gonna win some and lose some, but just with the Cowboys, you're going to see some losses from them, just like they just received, because they just don't have all togetherness attitude when it comes to that team.
Special shout out to somebody close to us, real quick. Talking about somebody locally. Shout out to my father, his grandfather, James M. Evans, Citizen of the Year for Maple Heights, 2025. As a family, we're very proud and humbled by his achievement in life. Very humble man, hasn't asked for much in his life, not really recognized in anything he's done, just done things that felt right with him. And that's the definition of somebody that's righteous. Do what's right in your spirit. And he got recognized 95 years on this plane. He got recognized by the city he's lived in with my dear mother and your grandmother, who's no longer with us, to have that recognition of his consistency in the community, along with many other men in our community that we know in the neighborhood that I grew up in, right off of Broadway, President's Row. So for the city to do that, we say thank you to Mayor Blackwell and her family and her staff and the city itself, especially being that dad was a former employee of 30 years with the service department, retired, and to be 95 years old, to see that acknowledgement of his work, we honor him and we salute him.
Like we said, we want to have our show be diverse and, have reach all over. Nothing serious, but, just giving shout outs and kudos. And you're going to hear that word shout out a lot, but just kudos and thank yous to, people that's out here in Cleveland and Northeast and Northwest and South of Ohio that's giving back and doing things for people.
And please make sure y'all comment and give us your feedback of anything that you might have topics or have a question that will give us a chance to do our own research. Might have the answer in the moment, might have to go research. Whatever it may be that you feel that you want to express yourself with, please leave that comment. Know that you're interacting with us. And
if there's a game that, you feel we should highlight, give us some notice.
Definitely.
A game maybe 2 weeks away, a week away, 3
matchups,
weeks away. Yeah,
definitely, because
big matchups.
We definitely are. This is a work in progress because we got busy lives, but we're going to get more centralized where we can pinpoint things we want to definitely take and invest our time and look at locally
and go to it. We're going to go to the game. If it's a local game, we're going to go get our own footage of the game and take it home and review it ourselves. And we might show some clips. But I'm learning to edit. Just everything is just slow motion, but we moving and we're going to grow throughout the season.
And it's going
so
to
you'll see it.
And it's going to be just like your uncle videotaping an event. It's nothing going to be special. We're going to be fully live reaction to what we're seeing in that moment. So it's nothing that will be scripted. It'll be truly what we're thinking.
We're just gonna go live and just highlight those players that's playing that day. But yeah, if you have any suggestions of specific games, your sons, daughters, whatever you got going on, just put it in the comments and we'll try to pull up. All right, y'all. So stay locked in. This Thursday will be week 4 of the NFL season, and it's a few good matchups, but we're going to we ahead of the schedule now. We're not behind the schedule, so we're going to watch some games this upcoming week. We are up to date now. Check out, like I said, I'm gonna have a link for the video from last week. If you haven't caught that, we're gonna go. Both of them will be available. All right, y'all. Stay locked in with us. This is the OG and Nephew show.